Good morning everyone, I hope you are having a nice Monday, and today we're going to discuss all the top trending coins on Solana, the best performers, and also the best entries on the ones that are correcting right now. I've been giving a ton of alpha to all of you guys last week, and this week is not going to be any different. I give you guys a 10x, I give you guys a 4x, a 2x, a 3x, and we're going to start very hot, and then towards the end I'm going to give you some smaller market cap, higher risk stuff, so stay tuned right until the end. Thank you very much. Let's start with 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗘𝗥. Look, with 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥 it's very simple. Our target is getting hit very soon. We are at 100 million market cap. We touched 124. The first target is going to be 150 mil, and then I think 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥 will correct quite a bit. We're almost there. Just have some patience. The price might correct maybe a little bit, but eventually I think we get there with 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥. Look, it's incredibly bullish even while the rest of the market is underperforming. So pay attention to 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥. If you didn't get a chance to get an entry on 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥, just wait until it comes to this level here. Look, got touched here as support around 86, and it was resistance at 86.85. If the price comes back down, this is your entry. Don't wait until it comes to support because it might not. But if you're lucky enough to get an entry on 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥, just wait for 86. And then we might get a bounce to 150. I do think it's not going to happen. I do think it's more likely that 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥 just goes straight into our first target, which is 150 mil. And then after that, I'll keep you guys updated on 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗡𝗥. Then we have 𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗥. Now, 𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗥 is a cat meme coin on Solana that just revived very recently. Obviously, it's encountering some resistance here. Look, this was major support all throughout August, almost got touched again in October, and it was also support here in January. The price will struggle a little bit here, right around the 30 million market cap zone, which is where it topped. So if you can start accumulating this below this zone, I think it would be, for a long-term trade, it would be a good time to be accumulating. If you want, say, a perfect entry on something like 𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗥, look, this was resistance basically twice and also support here. This zone of 17 million, this would be the perfect place to start accumulating. But if the price comes and breaks this resistance, it will probably retouch it. That's when you start accumulating your 𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗥. I think this is more of a long-term trend, but this was once one of the biggest meme coins in the entire cycle, and it just now revived. So very important to pay attention to 𝗘𝗏𝗡𝗥. Then we have 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 came and almost touched the support. It actually made, if you look at the chart from a longer term perspective, it made a higher low because it didn't actually touch support compared to what happened in April 2024. And now I think it's a good time to start accumulating 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Look, the price came, it broke this resistance, which was support here, support here, support here throughout basically a year and a half, and now it's retouching the support. This is where you accumulate your 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's looking good. Now the question for 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is, what's the next level? The next level for 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 I think would be somewhere around 630, 629 million market cap. Look, resistance 1 time, resistance 2 times, resistance 3 times, resistance 4 times, support here, and resistance again. This is a major resistance point. I think this is the biggest resistance point for 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. From this zone where the price is at, you can still get 150% on your money with an 8 million liquidity cap coin. So instead of buying altcoins and you have some more money, this is where you should be applying, because as you know, when the price of Bitcoin shifts, meme coins will take over absolutely everything, and they are outperforming everything, and there's no reason for them to start outperforming everything. And this time it's not going to be different. 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is probably going to lead the higher cap memes, and you can get a 2.5x on your money here. So still a great opportunity for 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. If you want to be more patient, once Bitcoin shifts, if you think Bitcoin is going to shift in the next year, eventually 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will make new all-time highs, but that's the most immediate target I'm seeing for 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 right now. Looking bullish. If you want liquid 2.5x on-chain, you got 𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now let's look at 𝗑𝗫𝗫. 𝗑𝗫𝗫 is exploding worldwide. Everyone is using it. I'm seeing friends of mine using this thing. I thought it couldn't revive, but it actually did, and so now it's perfect to start looking for entries on this coin. We will have some major support here, previous resistance, and now acting as support for quite a while. If the price comes back here, 6 million or 5.96 million market cap would be a good place to start loading. But there's also a possibility that the price may go a little bit lower, right around this level here, this 4 million, 3.99 million market cap. Why? Look, this acted as resistance here throughout all these days. It then acted as support once, twice, 3 times, then acted as resistance on the way up, acted as resistance again, and then sort of as support here very recently. And so the perfect entry, I think, is this 3.99 or 4 million market cap. If the figure price comes here, I think there's a good chance it bounces, and I would be looking to exit at new all-time highs, maybe something close to a 20 million market cap. Usually coins tend to have some issues around 20 million market cap. I'm not even going to plot some fibs, but I would be sure they would match the 20 million market cap zone. That's usually where meme coins encounter a ton of resistance, and I don't think it's going to be different with figure, but let's wait and see. If you can get this perfect entry, you're looking at a 5x. If you don't get the perfect entry, but you want to start accumulating around 5 million, you can get a 3x. If you're very bullish figure, accumulate between these two support and resistance lines. Price might come here, stay here a little bit, and then bounce. If you want to be more precise, you can come on Axiom. Once you enter Axiom and you know from the charts the place where you want to enter, you just come on limit buy. Say you want to be precise and you want that 3.99, and then you click buy. If you want to be precise, you come on Axiom, you click here, look, limit, you drag, you can do this manually, 3.99, I put 1, click buy. Now if you want to get your limit orders, for example, as an example, you come here on Axiom, you click limit, and then you can manually drag to the point where you've placed on the charts. Let's say it was 3.99, let's just leave it at 4 million market cap. Then you can place whatever amount you want to buy, click buy, and then your limit order is set. Then you can go to sleep, because let's say this price will only get triggered 16 hours from now while they're sleeping. Well, no worries. Then if you want to leave more limit orders, you can just come to limit order and then place here and say, that first place we were talking about, let's say you want to leave it a little bit higher and say you want to leave a limit order here right around 5.78. You can come and add another limit order, and you can put as many limit orders as you want. If you want to trade on Axiom, there's a link down below and you can join it. You also earn a ton of rewards for trading, and this is the best terminal for trading meme coins and trading anything really on chain on Solana as of now. So link down below, and please join Axiom. Now let's look at RFC. It's the most bullish coin currently in the entire market. This is going to be an obvious support line at 77 million. If the price retraces from the top 138 million, that would be a typical minus 44% drop in price. Another place where price can actually come and find some support is also 88 million. I think between 88 and 78 is a good place to accumulate RFC. And if you don't get that entry, then for my type of trading, I wouldn't enter this trade. But if you are super bullish, maybe start accumulating a little bit higher, maybe around this 100 million market cap. Usually the 100 million market cap zone is a mental zone. Usually it tends to act as support. Look, it acted as support here. But that's what I would do. Between 88 and 78, I think it's a good accumulation zone for RFC, and maybe this is going to be the first meme coin on chain that's going to break the very infamous 500 million market cap range. Then we have a beta to RFC, which is refi. Clear support here at 2.5 million market cap for refi, but if you want to catch refi a little bit lower, 1.76, because look, resistance once, sort of support here, resistance 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 1.76. If you're a little bit less bullish, say the price comes here, that's where you start loading on refi. This thing will act as a beta to RFC. And so if RFC comes to 88, 78, I think refi has a chance to come to 1.7. But if you're super bullish on it, look, this is a very strong support line as of now, 2.5. But because this is a lower market cap coin, they're a bit more volatile, and it would be regular and it would be normal for us to see something like a 70% drawdown. These are usual on meme coins, they happen all the time. So these are the levels for refi. Then when it comes to 𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏, I am expecting 𝗘𝗫𝗏 to come a little bit lower, especially 12 to 8 million market cap. I think 12 will be the place that is going to act as a major support line. The structure got broken. Look, we had a break of this trend line which acted as support, but the price didn't go to 50 million. What happened was it came to retouch this, but instead of bouncing, it broke structure, and so immediately what you do is you have to sell. If the chart isn't saying the coin is bullish, then you have to expect it to go lower. And so the next level is going to be 12.9, almost 13 million market cap. You can leave limit order for this open if you're very bullish 𝗘𝗫𝗏, and the other level is going to be 8.57. In my personal opinion, I would just wait for the price to be here for then a rebounce, and I wouldn't touch it as of now. I would wait for it to gain structure at least and come back to say something like 30 million market cap, and then I would reevaluate whether it would be a good entry or not to get a 2x. Then a major trend that broke major resistance is 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛𝗏. Look, This was the previous support line, major support line, then became resistance right around here, as I said 2 weeks ago, I think. Another resistance was broken. So what are we gonna do when it comes to 𝗬𝗧𝗏? Because figure is bullish, and because of that, I think people started thinking maybe 𝗬𝗧𝗏 can come back alive from the dead again, and it has been sort of just going sideways in this 5 million market cap range, which is unusual. Usually coins don't go sideways around 5 million for longer, and when they do, it's a positive sign. So this can definitely come back. An obvious resistance line is going to be 16.2 million market cap. If you are looking to enter 𝗬𝗏𝗏, maybe this corrects a little bit. I don't think it comes and touches the 6 million market cap line again. Just in case it does, just leave a limit order there, but I think it maybe comes back to 7 million, and then if it does and it starts going up again, I think it's definitely going to come to this level, 16.2 million market cap. I honestly think 𝗬𝗏𝗏 is a good buy now at 8 million market cap. I do think, because look, it went through a lot to break this resistance. I do think 𝗬𝗏𝗏 can basically 2x from here quite fast. Yeah, that's exactly 100% from here to 16 million market cap. So if you want to get a 2x, I think 𝗬𝗏𝗏 might be your coin. Now the next level after 16 million, where you're going to see some resistance, is going to be 26 million, because look, it acted as support twice here in the 28th of March. It also acted as resistance here in the 27th. And so once 16 million gets hit, your next target is going to be 26 million on 𝗬𝗏𝗏, and from where the price is at, that is 228. So you can get a 3x on your money here on 𝗬𝗏𝗏. But in all honesty, 𝗬𝗏𝗏 does look very, very bullish. Then we have 𝗬, one of my favorites. This one I called right here. I told you guys to buy here, even below 100k, 90k, because this is 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏's enemy. Look at this chart. The price looks very, very good. We just see higher and higher lows. That just means whales are accumulating. We saw big accounts mention it, like 𝗘𝗥𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, like Eric Stevens, many others. Once the price breaks through this, I think we're just going to go straight into something like 5 million market cap for 𝗬, and that's where 𝗬 is going to encounter the next resistance line. And so from this price, I think until 5 million, you can get yourself a 3x on your 𝗬. I am not looking to trade this anymore because I did take my profits and now I have a moon bag. I think this thing can surprise a lot of people. I think 𝗬 can become incredibly bullish, but that's where I think the next resistance is going to be 5 million. Then after 5, it's 10. Usually people start selling at 10, and then after 10, obviously 20. So these are the next 3 resistance points for 𝗬. But basically the story around 𝗬 is very simple. You have 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏 on ETH, and you have 𝗬, which is 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏's enemy on Solana. It's basically that. Very simple, very stupid, and very effective narrative. Very powerful narrative. Then we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Look, a lot of people have been telling me to chart 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Look at this trend line. Support all throughout the beginning of April from 6th to 9th, and then some obvious resistance here. Look, resistance got touched 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and then it flipped into support twice. I'm not gonna lie, I think 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 looks better than 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛 right now. When it comes to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, once this thing gets broken, that's when I think it starts going parabolic. Maybe 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is the one going to 50 million first. The previous top was 30, so the next one should be 50. In theory, of course. If you want to buy this thing lower, set a limit order a bit above the previous support and resistance line, very strong support and resistance line of 14 million. Leave it maybe at 15, maybe another at 16, and start accumulating around here. If this thing breaks this trend line, there's a higher chance it goes to 50 million faster than 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛. It's a race. It's a race to 50 million, and it's a race to see which one of these is going to be the premier fartcoin beta. And I know the 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗛 guys don't like to be called fartcoin beta, but that's what they are. Now we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is on base. It looked dead, but all it did actually, all 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 did was come and retest the support line, which was resistance here, support here, resistance here, and support once again. But that 39 million market cap level was also a good buy. And if you could scoop some more here, even lower at 24, even better, because 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has recovered, and it's looking like it's the strongest meme coin on base as of now when it comes to price recoveries. I'm rooting for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I hope this trend line that I charted previously becomes their support. This is a very important trend line here. And so if their support becomes 56 million, that would be a good entry again. The price sort of already went there once. I do think 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is looking like a good buy. As I said previously, the next level is going to be 121 million market cap. And so you can basically get a 2x from here. But it's very important to keep an attention on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 because they have one of the best communities on base, and they're listed on big exchanges, and we could see something like IP, some major green candle, very explosive price action. Then finally we have a low cap gem, very risky. This is very risky, but I think this could be a good buy. This is 𝗍𝗣𝗥𝗧𝗏, America favorite dog. A good buy around here. I think it's a good buy now, but it can touch 100k again. I would honestly wait to take profits maybe at 500k, so you can get a 5x. This thing comes here, touches 100k, bang, 5x on your money. Very low market cap, but this dog has been trending on the news and it's apparently America's favorite dog. We all know what happens when things are trending on American news, especially if they're animal related. They usually tend to pump. So I'm bullish 𝗍𝗣𝗥𝗧𝗏. I think this thing can pull a 5x, maybe even go higher, but this is sort of like the hidden gem of today's show. I do think it's a good buy now. I wouldn't wait for it to just come to 100k. I mean, come on, you can handle this volatility from 130 to 100k. That's what we have for the show today. Amazing charts, amazing opportunities. Despite Bitcoin not looking too good today, it doesn't really matter for meme coins because there's always something happening when it comes to meme coins. Not one thing, there's always 20, 30 things happening. I almost can't keep up and show you guys all the charts when it comes to meme coins, and they move at lightning speed. Thank you very much. If you want to trade on Axiom, leave your limit orders. There's a link down below, and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow.